gentlemen, boys and girls, introducing contestant number 707, Stephanie Smith.
Oh, go Steph, we love you, Steph. Oh.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
If nobody is chiping,
What was that?
I'm pumped. You better hashtag Team Steph right now, folks. Come on. Let's go. 19 likes right now. We're getting
I
to
forgot to bring the medals.
we're getting to 50 likes. And hashtag Team Steph before we do anything. Go get the medals. What are you doing? No, go get the medals right now.
No.
Where are they?
They're upstairs.
Go get 'em.
No.
Go get 'em.
I'm not gonna disrupt Hondo.
Go get the medals.
It's okay.
I'm gonna go get the medals.
Chris said he's chiping.
I'm chiping. Go get the medals, Steph.
No, I'm not gonna.
Come on, everybody, say let's. Team Steph, come on. Hashtag Team Steph.
No, I'm
go
not
get the
gonna
medals.
medal.
I'm gonna go get them. Where are they? Go get them. Come on. Come on. The key's that way, I think. Oh, no, it's on that side. You can go this way.
Alright,
You hear the music, right? Here, give me the AirPods so you don't. See you soon, Captain. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I scooted way too close. I'm gonna knock everything down. Well, just hang tight with us. Just hang tight, listen to the music, get a little pumped up right now. She's getting the medals, by the way, guys. I see we're at 35 likes, 36 likes. All we need is 14 more. 14 more likes. More hashtag Team Steph. Guys, I cannot explain how proud I am of this woman. Just wait, we'll get into it. So here's the thing, right? She's gonna go get the medals. When she gets back down, I know you guys are typing it out and all that stuff, but keep it going. I want to give Stephanie the absolute most love that we could possibly give her in tonight's live stream. The beginning, the middle, and the end, because she deserves it, guys. Come on, we know that. We know she's the true star of the show. All right, I'll step down off my high horse. So everybody get prepared. When she comes down and she shows the medals, I'm cranking the music. We're going to get her hyped up. She deserves it. Other than that, how you guys doing, by the way? It's a little different start to a Tuesday live stream, right? A little different start. See, we're at 47 likes. Just 3 left. Get the tables. Get the medals. I'm chiping here. I hope you guys are doing great. You're doing great. I hope you're doing great, right? I'm excited. We got a little bit of things to talk about. Nothing too much. We're really just going to kind of vent with you guys here in a second. Oh. You guys sense it? Stephanie's nearby. I can sense it. 50 likes. There we go. Good. Here, hold up. I realized I got both headphones in so she can't hear the music. She's coming. Get ready. Here we go. I like this part. Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 707, your true novice champion, and the second place open runner-up of Orlando's one and only. Look at these bad boys. Let's put this on. Get this in there. Come on. Look at this. Everybody. Come on. Let's see it. Your one and only. The only Halloween Horror Nights baddie right now. Rocking 3 freaking plate medals. Which, by the way, they screwed up. They gave you one wrong
I
one,
think
by
I
the way.
grabbed the wrong one.
It doesn't matter. See, that's how great Steph is. She doesn't even care for the medals. She's like, whatever. She grabbed the wrong one or whatever. She's just like, I'm here to kick some ass. Hey, kick some ass you did, baby. So first place in true novice, first place in novice, second place in the open. By the way, just to let you know, the open's for people, anybody who joins who's already competed hundreds of times, have been doing it for years and years, and stuff's like, let me just try it out. Second place. The lady who won first place, it was all rigged. So I got proof of that. But anyways, look at that. Look, Nordic stuff. Look at this. Come on, get in there, Steph. Get a smile. Let me see if I can get some light on these. Yours truly. Good job, Steph. We're proud of you. Look at everybody. Hashtag Team Steph.
Nice.
That is the way to get a live stream kicked off. That's
All
what
right.
we should have done.
Now that we have that out of the way, nobody here. Everybody's here for HHN. That's what we're talking about.
That's what you think.
So
This has all been planned, folks. You guys know since the beginning. All right, folks.
he documented the whole thing. Yes.
Just like Steph said, though. Let's get in some HHN talk, right?
Yes.
I want to put this out there. Get ready, Steph. You know, I'm proud of you. I know your parents, my parents, are proud of you. The community here, as you can see, all these people, they love you. We're proud of you. You did a fantastic job. What you did, nobody else can do. No human can do what you did. We're proud of you. Just know that, right? We're all proud of Steph, and every bit that you put into the channel, into your own personal work, and into your competition stuff, it means the world to all of us. We appreciate you.
Thank
So
you.
tonight's live stream's to Steph, folks. Raise a glass. Whatever you got. We got water.
Water.
To Stephanie, guys. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are having a fine Tuesday evening. I see we're already 15 minutes in the stream. We got 105 people here. I see 54 likes. That's all right. We'll forgive the other half. Got a couple things to discuss. Surprise, it is about HHN, believe it or not. But we got a couple things we're going to discuss about Halloween Horror Nights. More so, this live stream, it's probably going to be a short one. We're going to go at least an hour. I'm not sure how much longer we're going to go past the hour mark. But something simple. We'll just chat with you guys and stuff. We'll try to look at the chat and really just talk with you guys as much as we can and get in some conversations. And if you guys, obviously, if you don't follow us on our Discord, we brought up some interesting things to discuss over in the Discord. So if you guys don't, make sure you check out our Discord. I'll do my best. I'm actually going to try to, let me do that right now.
I feel like we also haven't had just like an open kind of Q&A in a while.
Yeah. But this is kind of that perfect time to
Take
basically
podcasts.
just take questions with you guys, talk about some things, see what you guys have to say. We'll say a couple of things, but more importantly, what is this? Okay, got it. Hold up.
Katie said, I heard people were getting cast as Megan. I feel like I heard that too.
Yeah,
Did
we've
you
been
hear
hearing that, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be going ahead and dropping our Discord link in the server or in the chat here. If you guys, of course, if you're a member of the channel, first of all, make sure you join. If you're not joined, we'll ban you for life. So join the Discord. And then we also have a separate chat in that Discord for you guys only that are members of the club, which we're doing a whole new theming. Get ready, guys. We're theming and branding a lot of things. It's going to be exciting. So we're the Fright Club. Fright Club. I got things to talk to you guys about with that later. But then, if you guys are just watching and you're not a part of the channel, a part of the Fright Club, I should say, you can still join the Discord and chat with us. We have a general chat for everybody to discuss things and stuff. So make sure you guys join that. I'll be dropping the link for it in the chat here and there. Some other things we're going to be talking about besides just kind of shooting the stuff with you guys. I do want to talk about a couple of interesting topics we brought up from that Discord. One being the closing of Horror Nights, the opening of Horror Nights, talking about some of the dates and stuff like that, as well as, of course, the announcements and what we think of how the announcement season's going. And then we're just kind of just chill and casually get into some conversations with you guys. This one's going to be very simple, like I said, and the reason being, obviously, we had a hectic weekend for Steph's competition, which fantastic. We had our parents in town. We had a great time, and I know they're watching, so shout out to you guys. Glad you made it safe. Thanks for keeping us up to date when you guys get to the airport and you guys get home safely and all that stuff. But we called it. We knew you guys would message once you are on the stream. So they came over. We had a great time and everything. And we just kind of like enjoyed our time together, which was kind of nice. We did a little vacation. But tonight marks the moment when we are getting back to work. You know, we're getting back into making content. We have a couple things already lined up on the schedule, some things we need to record and get filming and stuff. And we're excited to show you guys some stuff. For some of our members of the Fright Club, by the way, we did post in that Fright Club community post on YouTube. Now is your chance to actually write down and own a copy, or not own a copy, but basically own a page in our book. If I don't think you can barely see it, but in our series that we're doing, we have the book up here. You guys will have one of your pages featured in there based on a sentence or two that you write down in that community post. That will not be going on for long. That's a week or two max, maybe, because once I fill the pages of that book and do the design for it and all that stuff, once the pages are gone, they're gone. And if we only get 5 people to write a page down, then only 5 pages will be filled with it, and the rest are going to be filled with lore. If we get 150 pages written down, then so be it. But once all the pages are written out, then all the spots will be taken. So make sure you guys don't waste any time on that. With that being said, first of all, before we get into the chat with you guys, I got to bring this up. Our man Halloween Junkie at the beginning of the stream here with a 20 hashtag Team Steph.
Thanks.
Let's go, baby. Look at that. So proud of you. Halloween Junkie, thank you, of course, for the 20 and for being here. And for all of our Fright Club members, shout out to you guys. Can we get a spam, by the way? Another spam in the chat, just Fright Club, please? I know I've been talking to Two-Face about some ideas that we have for the channel, and I think I talked his ear off, to be honest, as I normally do. Hence, I'm still talking right now. But I typically usually talk people's ear off, and we had a good conversation, I think last week after the live stream, talking about some channel branding and theming and stuff. And I have this idea that I've been looking into that I think you guys are really going to enjoy. It's really going to take our live streams to the next level. It's going to take our theming of our channel to the next level, and our videos and all that stuff. All we need is time and, of course, a lot of money. So with that being said, give us some time. We'll get to that point. But once we do, it's going to be exciting. You guys are going to love it. So everybody, all the Fright Club members, loving it. Book, you opened it. We came. Here we are. All right. First rule of Fright Club, we don't talk about Fright Club. That is true. That is our rule. But I own it, so I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, he'll break that rule.
I'm going to break it. And that's about it. All right. So let's dive into this conversation that I want to bring up. First one that we do need to really discuss is going to be, when the heck are we getting an announcement for Fortnite? Steph, any idea? Any intel that you have?
No.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the entire intel that we have.
No idea. No idea.
We do know something, but we don't know when the next one will be. And the game that is being played right now is, are we, if we get one this week and stuff, obviously May's come to an end, and we didn't get an announcement in May, which I'm honestly truly very surprised by. I've heard some rumors that there was supposed to be one, but regardless if there was or wasn't, we did not get one.
See, I agree with Erica. Erica said announcement will come when they quit talking about Minions every Thursday. I think that's the reason why we haven't gotten any announcements, is because they've had announcements about Minions, and then they had an announcement with the tribute store, and there was the Minions food, and then I just think that they're I think Universal as a whole, they're no, just hold off on the HHN stuff until we get all this summer stuff marketed and put out there, because that's what's more immediate. We want that to be at the focal point right now. Yeah,
and before I dive into that, Halloween Junkie back again with another 20. Hashtag Team Hondo. Gotta love Hondo, right? Thanks again for the 20, my man. Halloween Junkie. A new person to the streams and stuff, but definitely making his name heard. Loving it. His or her, whoever it is, the Halloween Junkie. But I do understand the direction that Universal has, obviously, with let me adjust the music a little bit. It's a little loud.
See, I do. Yes.
What?
Two-Face said Universal and HHN, like, they aren't synonymous. Like, they can both have announcements, but I do think Universal understands that if they release an HHN announcement, like, the day after, like, the Minions food comes out, it's gonna
Yeah, so
like outshine the Minions stuff.
So that's a good point, because as I was saying just before you mentioned that, which kind of they go 2 and 2, they aren't directly linked. Like, you can make an HH announcement the same day they do a Minions announcement. However, I am against that. So I'm okay with it for the fact that the more content you can create and spread out, the more that you give to your guests. So, like, this week you give a Minions thing, next week you get a Horror Nights thing, the week after that another, like, the Tribute Store thing, the week after that another Horror Nights thing. So you create more content where it's like, it seems like every single week throughout the year, people are constantly talking about Universal, and that's what Universal wants. They want the conversation on their side constantly, right? Mm-hmm. However, I don't see why, if they're sitting there in their room and they're making decisions, they're like, we need to do this Minions announcements before anything, because obviously they're trying to get to a more general audience. It's kind of a bummer for 2 reasons where I see this from my point of view. Where they're saying that Horror Nights does not reach a large enough audience compared to Minions, which I think is not true.
I don't think that's the case. I think it's opposite. I think they don't want to release something HHM because they don't want to, like...
Well, okay, so if that's the case, scratch that. Let's just say that's the case, right? Why the hell are we not announcing a Horror Nights house right now? And then next week, announce your Minions little entrance sign. You follow up, you do the biggest announcement, right? With Horror Nights, you do the biggest one. And then a few days later, even the next day, you can say, like, oh, here's a little thing we announced for Minions and stuff. It's going to keep the conversation going, especially having that big effect of Horror Nights, and then it keeps going. I don't know. They may know something we don't. There's a reason why they succeed the way they do. It's because, they know what they're doing. It's to the point, and this is something, USMC Two-Face mentioned that we're going to dive in here in a second. He mentioned it, and this was in the Discord, and it's a conversation we were having in our Discord, which is why you guys need to make sure you guys join our Discord, which I'm dropping that link once again for y'all to check out. But it's one of those where in Orlando, we don't have... Now, Orlando, in my opinion, is the best Horror Nights there is. I don't think anything else comes close. Now, we haven't been to the one in Hollywood.
I was going to say, we haven't
been to the one in Hollywood. This year, we will. But looking at it from a perspective of what I've seen, from what I've heard, it seems like the majority favor is with Orlando. Orlando is the bigger event as well, so there's more to offer. But when it comes to like construction, updates, and like surprises, Orlando lacks in that compared to Hollywood. Hollywood, obviously, everybody's got construction videos, and you can see the photos and the videos all over social media of all the facades going up and all the tents going up. It's clear as day that Horror Nights is happening in Hollywood, where in Orlando, you couldn't tell if they're working on Horror Nights or not. And when you get, when you don't get any announcements and stuff. Now, let's give some credit to Horror Nights. They've been giving us like these cool little teaser, like static videos and lore and mysterious stuff. I personally love that. I think it's great. It's a great service to the fans. But there's so much you can do with that without giving any official bait that it just gets to a point where like, all right, like I've seen this, like what is this going to be, And as fans...
I think it would be different if they were dropping one of those like every week. But they like dropped one like 3 weeks ago and then like never to be heard of again.
Yeah, we haven't had anything. And people like Steph and I, who are huge fans of the event, no matter what they announce, no matter what's going to be at the event, even if they announce or something or they announce nothing until the event, we're still going to go. But there are people, which by the way, in the beginning of this live stream, I saw somebody all the way from London, which is like 1 a.m, almost 2 a.m. right now. Shout out to you guys if you guys are in the UK watching this. But you have people from across the sea, from far away, who look at it and they're like, we really want to go to Horror Nights, but what's going to be there to really assure that we should spend this much money traveling?
Like, do we want to spend the money for this year or save up and go next year when...
Or even do things locally that we have here and put the money towards that.
Yeah.
And it's really like, it's to the point where they're sitting back, they're waiting. Obviously, single night tickets have already been released long ago. The dates have been released. You also have these little add-on experiences. And for people who are on the edge of whether they should spend the money to go or wait and save the money or do something else, it's getting to a point now where we're in this gray area for Horror Nights where these people are like, all right, like, what is going to be at the event? And, if you're a true fan of Horror Nights and stuff and you go all the time and all that stuff, obviously you don't really care, but you don't need to be a true fan of Horror Nights to go all the time. It's the people who obviously, financially, you got to look at it. You got to travel and the cost of that. It's not cheap. It's an expensive event, especially if you're traveling out of state or even out of country. So it'd be nice if, Horror Nights at least had another thing that was announced and kind of give them some more, because these people were like, look, we have these 2 or 3 big things that are going to be there that, yes, we need to be there because this event is something we can't miss. We're big fans of A, B, or C, and it's going to be there. We have to see it. I'm willing to spend the extra couple $1,000s to go do this. But if they don't announce anything and June comes along and there's still nothing, people are going to be like, prices of it's going up and stuff. I don't see the point in us doing this. It's going to be too costly. Yeah. These announcements do need to be coming soon, and I know they will be, but I don't want to hear the excuse of somebody, or even Horror Nights themselves saying that, well, we gave you guys the earliest announcement being Chucky last year in Halloween. That is one of the lamest excuses I can hear anybody explain, and I might get heat for it, but let me explain why. The day they gave us that, we already had Horror Nights going on. It was a night of Horror Nights, so we already had Horror Nights content, right? If they gave it to us the week after, cool. I'll give them credit for it. But because it was on a night we already had Horror Nights going on, especially it was last year's event, our minds are not really focused on next year. We're still focused on finishing that year. Even into November, we're still that mindset until we finally get, all right, what's next year? Let's start getting the talks going. That's when they should make that first announcement. So really, we really haven't had anything. Some people even say, when's the first announcement going to be? Because we don't really count the Chucky one in a sense because it was so early. It was too early, to be honest. All right, I'm not going to, I'm sorry. 30 minutes of me ranting.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
And now I have to catch up on the chat.
Yeah. So Halloween Junkie with another 20. Hashtag Team Brian. Appreciate it. Hashtag Team Never Stop Talking. My man, we appreciate you as always again. Jonathan Avila with the $4.99. I checked the calendar, and if they drop a house every week, that will take us till the end of July with other announcements that'll take us to August, which we would love. I'm not against that, but I know Horror Nights won't do such a thing, which is...
We're going to get another, batched one.
That's what it's looking like, unfortunately.
It's gonna have to be.
So
you also missed.
I'm getting down there.
No, it was before it.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Javier. Oh man, sorry I missed it. With the 5 saying, do you think the top secret house in the spec map could be a Jurassic Park house? 30th anniversary this year. HHN did evolution for HHN 12.
That could be kind of cool.
That would be cool. I would love to see it.
That'd be an expensive house, like all those animatronics and stuff, or puppets.
Yeah, that would have to be very detailed. I mean, they could put a lot of lush environment to hide a lot of detail, and then just have
Could you imagine the little
puppet? Yeah.
What are those dinosaurs?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Those are scary.
I don't know what the name of it is.
Like if you had those coming out at you, that'd be scary. I don't know.
Anyways, yeah. I mean, I'm down for a house like that. I don't think that's on their minds right now. I don't even think they've thought of it recently, to be honest. Gotta be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But Javier, thank you for the 5, my man. We appreciate it. And then getting to we got 2 more. I'm behind. Sorry, folks. I know this is supposed to be a chat with you guys, and it's just Brian talking his. Look, we've been at a competition all weekend, and all that's been on my mind is Horror Nights and stuff. So I gotta get the Horror Nights side out of me. Halloween Junkie again, 10. Now it's time to go back to work. Hashtag Fright Club. And then I'm pretty sure he jumped in again, did he? No, our man, Two-Face. Just like I said in the Discord, HHN is banking on the dedicated following to show up, but they're simultaneously not feeding the dedicated following, almost like they're taking us for granted. Yeah, very tightrope with that statement, but we're kind of there with you in a sense where, come on, give us something. And it goes back to what we were saying where, Hollywood has obviously you can see the house constructions going on with where Orlando we can't see that, so we kind of just
I'm just waiting.
We're just waiting, and then we get a little something here and there, and we try to exploit that as much as we can until we're like, at this point, we're all dry. Like, we have nothing. We need something else.
Well, and they did this to themselves because they got all of the HHM fans into the habit and the rhythm of, like, May. Is it normally May when they announce?
Yeah.
Like, they got everybody into, like, the habit of expecting announcements to start in, like, April, May, and, having announcements like that, like, fairly consistently. And then now they're just, like, every year it seems like they're getting later and later, and they did it to themselves because they're, like, got everybody used to getting these early announcements, and now they're like, well, we're not doing that anymore, and everybody's like annoyed.
Yeah, and like I keep following up with this in a sense. They don't owe us squat. It's not like we vote for HHN to be in office and then they owe us the promises they give. Yeah. They didn't promise anything. They don't owe us announcements or anything like that. It's just, this is such a special and unique event that does not exist anywhere else in the theme park community. It doesn't. And you have fans in a community as such that does not exist for anything else. It only exists for this one event on this blue planet that floats out in space in the middle of who knows where right now. This whole simulation that we live in. We are fans, and we've built this community around an event that we've all learned to love. Whether we've been going for decades, or we just went last year for the first time, or this is our first time going, right? And it's very special in a sense that, we created this community where we do speculation maps, and we have all these games that we play, and we put on a little show to discuss things, weekly. And HHN knows that. Universal knows that. And sometimes, they hit the nail on the head when it comes to content for everybody. And then there's times where it just seems like they forget about it. And I think they got to make sure, and I'm pretty sure they have a dedicated team for it, but you got to keep feeding the monster, man. You got to keep feeding the beast. And it is tiring. It is exhausting. We understand how it is. But if you keep doing it, it's more rewarding for the event, for the company as a whole, and of course for the community. And I just feel like, they're like, all right, we put some stuff out there. Let's, do the other things and all. But it's one of those, like, you got to grind it out. You got to keep going, I know this is a multi-billion, trillion, gazillion dollar company who's got unlimited success, and they have a extremely bright future ahead of them, but don't stop. Don't stop. You keep the foot on the pedal until it breaks through the floor, and you just keep it going. That's our motto here. So, anyways.
Yeah,
Brad, by the way, thanks for the 10, my man. We truly appreciate it and everything you've done.
One thing that's kind of annoying about these late announcements, Universitile, I think that's how you say that. Said might get leaks before we get announcements at this point. That's the one thing about, like, when they do such late announcements, like, we're bound to get leaks, like we did with the t-shirt last year. And when we get leaks before announcements, it's such a bummer because, like, everybody gets excited about it for like 5 seconds, and then it's like, well, there it is. Like, that's it.
I hate leaks. I hate them. Absolutely, it's one of the top pet peeves in my life is leaks.
Yeah.
Like, people, keep a secret, please. First of all, keep a secret, right? Now, I understand some people, obviously, they're like, oh, like, I saw this, I'm going to show you, don't tell anybody. And then that person like, oh, hey, I'm going to tell you this. Like, this is what I told, don't tell anyone. It trickles on. Yes, it's exciting to tell people and get the excitement going. Hold, trust me, it's going to benefit everybody if we just hold it. Because, like Stephanie said, especially with that shirt leak, right? There's 2 questions. What, is this real? And if so, like, what the hell? Because there's everything right there, right? So now what? And then Horror Nights comes out and they're like, here's all the announcements. Like, we've already known this then. It's like, damn, I love when nothing is leaked and we get the announcements. It's all a surprise because we get to enjoy that moment. It's that dopamine, You get that dopamine of it in effect. But leaks, man, I cannot stand leaks. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys prefer getting leaks and stuff, or do you rather just kind of enjoy the surprise of the event? Like, let them do their work,
Well, being in, like, Orlando and being in the community, like Santa Ben said, like you already have houses getting spoiled by like scare actor friends that, you know, technically they, at this point, they probably shouldn't know what house they're in, even if like, unless they've changed things. They typically just say like house 1 or house 10 or whatever it is. But sometimes you have like, you know, if they know somebody who can look at which actually I take that back, because normally it's not on Chronos until like
August.
a few weeks
It's like
before.
2 weeks, 3 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. So I would say a lot of the people saying they know what their role is might be speculating a little bit. They probably don't know for sure what it is. But you get things like that happening where people are like, oh, I found out from so-and-so that this is this house and this person was walking by and like backstage and took a photo because they saw the door open and now we know what this one is. And
so
it just like sometimes is.
Yeah, and I'm seeing in the chat you guys are mentioning like spec maps and all. Spec maps is different. And this is why I applaud people like HN Nightmares, is because they put these things together from what they hear and all that stuff to just kind of show what the community is talking about. So it's kind of a good, it's not insider source, but it's a source that knows pretty damn good on how the event runs, and they're pretty accurate in what they're saying, but it's to get people a direction on what we think the event's headed. But it's not an official source. You know, Horror Nights Nightmares is not an official source, and they state it all the time when they talk to you guys. Their sole purpose is to generate the community with discussion and speculation. So, I mean, Horror Nights Nightmares, I'm going to say this, and, you know, I am a content creator, but Horror Nights Nightmares is kind of like the circulatory system of the body when it comes to Horror Nights. You know, the ones that, you know, kind of pump the blood through the limbs and throughout the body when it comes to content, because they provide these speculation maps, they provide the talks when it comes to, you know, first of all, content creators like us, but to the community in general. And it's why we have such a special community. They're not coming out straightforward and they're like, Chucky's going to be a house this year. We know 100%. This is what we've heard. We got photos. Here it is. You know, I'm pretty sure that the people in HN Nightmares, as well as like Steph and I and other people, like, we know certain things that are going to be at the event. We're not going to tell you, you know, because that will ruin the surprise and stuff. We enjoy that surprise factor for the guests more than just like, oh, I know what it is, I'm going to tell you guys so I can have. That's not what it's about. So, you know, people like HN Nightmares and HHN Legacy, who, you know, they create these fun ways to try to discover what's going on. And they even said things will change. Not everything is official until Horror Nights announces it. So, you know, you got to take it with a grain of salt, but it's not like people who are like, here's a photo, here's a shirt, this is what's actually happening and stuff. You know, it's just all fun and games. So there is a difference in that. So I want to make sure people don't get those mixed up in this conversation.
Yeah, the spec maps like are built off of leaks, but like Brian was saying, like there's always that maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Whereas like with leaks where it's like somebody took a picture of like a list of houses like backstage, that's like, yeah. I mean, I guess that could not be.
But this is, for instance, like if I, and you know, we have this show that we do, there are things that obviously, like, you know, we kind of hint for you guys to figure out in a sense, right? But there's a lot of things that we also do, and I believe that HN Nightmares does, that are just like red herring. They're not real. They're just to distract you guys and stuff. You know, it's not people just simply coming out and you know, one thing that I bring up is that shirt leak from last year that kind of got out, like, look at the shirt and stuff. You know, Horror Nights Nightmares instead, they put on a map and they're like, you know, here's what's speculated, and one of them is a photo of looks like a circus tent with some smoke behind it or a fog or whatever. What does that mean? And then people just start trying to, oh, could this be Jack or, you know, Chance? Oh, maybe this is Dr. Oddfellow coming back. Oh, look at what Horror Nights put. Maybe that's 2 and 2 together. Like, you know, it's not really a sense in a leak because we don't really know what it is still. You know, we have to figure it out ourselves.
Yeah, like Kevin said, it's like the speculation is like a catalyst to like create discussions and hype. And because it's like, oh, this could be it, but it also might not be. This is just speculation. Whereas the leaks are like somebody took a photo and they're like, look what I found.
Yeah, like this is actually happening. Like it's right now. It's officially created by Universal.
So it is to create discussion, but at the same time, it like Kevin said, it steals the thunder of the announcement, because then when the announcement does come out, everybody's like, "Yeah, we know."
Mm-hmm.
Also, Jim in the chat.
Yeah, I was about to say we just saw our boy Jim Daniels. Better late than never. Did I miss anything good?
Isn't
actually
pens made for leaks?
Real quick, pens made for leaks, right?
Like
Jim, this is the only thing you missed. Our one and only, with 3 medals here, repping for Team HHN in Orlando. Want to hold them up? This is yours. I got it. There you go.
There we go.
Look at that.
Nice.
You're one and only, truly, Stephanie, taking first place. If you guys are just joining us, hold up. Hashtag Team Steph.
Okay.
First place in True Novice, first place in Novice, and second place in the Open. Congratulations.
Thank you. I do agree. Some people were saying like they miss when they used to do the websites. I think Nicholas
Who
said
that? Wait, hold on. Who said that?
Nicholas Diaz.
Wait. One second.
The announcements were interactive.
Let me
the
pull that up.
website added to the lore and houses, etc. And like Nick said, the websites used to be more interactive during like spec season. It made you want to go. Like it not only made you want to go because like you had this thing that you could interact with that made you more excited to go, but it also like gave you something to look at and interact with while you're waiting for your trip to come up. I remember, I'm going to bring up Disney, but I remember when I was little and we were planning our Disney trips.
Here's Chris, those things.
We would get the little, like, the DVD that had, like, all the information about all the different resorts and everything. Mm-hmm. You get that in the mail. I would sit there and watch that thing on repeat, just getting excited for my trip.
You guys used to get, like, a book, too, and little planning trips and all that.
And it's the same thing if, like, HHN has, like, the interactive website that, like, you can click on like the house and it has information about like the house and the lore behind it and the characters in it and stuff. Like people would go and literally just like read that and like get excited. And if they have like music on it, I agree. And stuff.
We've said this for a long time now, actually since HHN 30, our first year of doing HHN YouTube and all that stuff. By the way, I don't know if any of you guys know, I just remember this. This is our birthday on YouTube.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, today's our birthday on YouTube. I think today it's either the 25th or the 30th. I think the 30th we posted our first video ever. So yeah, I think this is like our anniversary anyway. So hey, what's up? Right, a lot of things going on. But we talked about this since the first time we started doing YouTube, and it was what happened with the website, because they used to have this website where you go HalloweenHorror Nights.com and you click on your location and it's their own website. But now it seems like they merged the department in a sense where when you click on your location, it takes you to just that generic Universal website as an extra add-on feature that you have to click on like a tab. And it's one of the worst decisions that Universal and Horror Nights has done. And I hope they're listening. They probably hate me, but we're going to be honest. We're going to be upfront, There's things that we do that I hope you guys are honest. If you guys don't like it, tell us. Like it's just called feedback. And the website was really cool because like you said, it built that excitement. It's something you can always physically go to, and people would physically go to every single day to see if something's changed, something's updated. Like I want to see if anything. No, nothing. Okay, all right, cool. Or something changed here and there and stuff. We don't get that anymore, and it's really killed this announcement season, the speculation season, because we don't have a key feature that Horror Nights has provided for us officially. So it's kind of a bummer that we don't have that. Also, Bradface, Two-Face. Bradface. Let's address the Vecna in the room like we did in the Discord Stranger Things. It's all the community is talking about for the second year in a row, and what are the chances that we get that house? I don't know.
I say pretty good.
50-50. What do you think? 50-50? Could happen. It also can't happen. 50-50.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's been some coincidences happening.
I hope it does. I really want to see it. As long as they do it justice, not like the last Stranger Things house. But I think this last season of Stranger Things was so perfect for a house. I'm like, how could they not?
Yeah.
As long as they can like come to agreement with Netflix.
I agree.
And Javier made a good point about like they tried to do the interactive games on the app for HHN 30, which like we really liked those, especially as
they even did it last year too, which I enjoyed last year.
Especially as like locals who we go frequently, and you know, sometimes you want something other than like the houses and the shows to do, to just like be there, but also not like wait in line. So we really like the games, but there needs to be something that you can do leading up to the first night. You can't do those interactive games until like you're at the event, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think there'll be an interactive element before. Yeah, like, you know, maybe go check out Brian from Orlando's live streams in August, Countdown to HHN, and you know, some of the stuff we're working on might have to do with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Out of the 20 million freaking huge projects that we're working on, that none of them are going to get done on time.
No.
We're trying, folks. So, but yeah.
What was the game last year? What was the game last year? It was the Monsters, right? I think the game last year was like you'd pick what team you're on in terms of like which classic monster, and then you'd have to go to certain areas.
Yeah, you had to, I call it capture the flag, I don't know, but
then
you
they
had to
like,
dominate certain zones.
But there were little games or like trivia within.
Little mini games that you played,
Yeah.
And you try to like, basically, you had the Wolfman, like, basically headquarters, the Mummy headquarters, and of course the one who won it all the time, the Dracula headquarters. And you try to conquer these little areas and basically like rule the night, you know, which was fun. I remember the first night that we did it, and we took part in it and stuff. I got addicted because Team Dracula was winning, and there was like a couple spots that Wolfman and Mummy had that I was like, I'm going to destroy that. And we did not finish until all the all the coins and stuff. I got excited. All the coins were taken by Dracula. And until they didn't, I could lay my phone down.
Yeah, very
like,
similar to Pokemon Go, but with like mini games within it. It's like a mixture of like Pokemon Go and like Mario Party.
Yeah. Also, go ahead.
There was one night that Brian was like trying to win all the games for Dracula. I think I had my camera, and I was like, all right, I'll see you in a few hours, and basically just like went and took pictures, and he played that game all night long. Yeah. That was fun.
Also, I just want to say we got 141 people watching us right now. What's up, everybody? If you guys are just joining us, I realize, ready? We said that this live stream was going to be a short one of only an hour long. We're 50 minutes into this live stream, and we actually have still a lot to talk about. We haven't even really discussed it.
What else do we have to talk about?
We still wanted to talk about the ending of the event.
I thought we were just doing like a Q&A.
Well, we are. I mean, but we also wanted to talk a little bit about the end of the event. We'll bring a discussion for the folks. We want to talk about the beginning of the event. And then I have a couple things in the back pocket that I was just going to throw out there to see what people thought of. We're already at 50 minutes. Okay. Live streams go by so quick. But anyways, yeah, 38 people right now and stuff. Some people left. They're like, oh, I'll bump this. But if you guys are just joining us, we're just chatting away and stuff. We have a couple more things to discuss. So hang tight. And if you haven't joined our Discord, do so. I'm dropping the link right now for you guys.
Do we think that they'll do the NFT thing again?
Probably.
I mean, yeah.
It doesn't cost them really anything, and people love it. Legion of Doom did bring up, I think it'd be really cool if they started to do full-on redos of the older houses. Now, I have a theory that one year we should get, the best of HHN as a throwback year, like HHN 39 or something like that, or HHN 40, like an anniversary year, where we basically get like a throwback icon, maybe like the Crypt, Keeper comes in as the icon or something like that. And then we get throwback houses, like some of your favorited top 10 or maybe 11 or 12 houses, depending on what year we're in, houses from previous years. So like we can get like Stephanie's favorite house, Slaughter Cinema, is coming back one year. We get the SS Fritanic. Maybe we can get body collectors involved in there. Maybe Jack's 25th anniversary house or whatever that was, get that in there. Get a couple old houses that fans love, and then you're just like, man, this event is just Throwback houses, I might have gone through these houses already, but these are like top tier houses. Wicked Growth could even be a house when you're.
Ryan said all 10 houses are Wicked Growth.
All 10 houses. Hear me out.
Gothic, yeah.
All right, Southridge. All 10 houses, Wicked Growth. That sounds like a Curvis event.
Yeah, Scarecrow of the Reaping.
Right? Yeah. So it's like, you get like, even Gothic. Gothic was really cool. You get like those houses that come back for a year, and you just get top 10.
And the top scare zones too. Vamp.
Oh yeah,
85.
top scare zones. Yeah, Vamp 85. How about this, right? If HHN really wanted to play into this, right? And this is something that I'm not trying to brag, but it's something that I like doing, and I think it's really good, and I think you guys enjoy it, but we try to get the audience involved. We try to get the viewers involved in a sense.
55, 85, yeah.
We try to get the audience involved. And I think Horror Nights needs to do the same thing with this. What if they bring back the website
and they do like a poll?
And they do a poll. Ladies and gentlemen, drop down your favorite house from any event that we've had at HHN. And then they bring a bracket where you get the top 20 houses that have been put in there in the chat. They function through it, and they basically, it's easy. A generator that picks out the words, what was featured the top 20 times, and then they have a bracket in March Madness. Some people do this on YouTube for HHN houses, but they do a bracket in March for the top 20 houses head to head, and the final 10 houses make it, and that is your lineup for this year's event. And the bracket basically starts in March. You get to see the top 20, and then let's say at the end of the March, the last week of March, they go head to head. All right, the poll is live for 1 week. Start the timer. Wicked Growth versus Slaughter Cinema.
That's mean.
Yeah, but that's what it's gonna be like, and it's gonna be those two head to head for 1 week. And as people like us, content creators or viewers of the channel, you're gonna be going in every single day. You're gonna check it. Oh my God, it's 50-50 right now. Oh, Wicked Growth is winning 53-47.
No, I agree with what Benny Bob said about like some of the older houses probably wouldn't get chosen because not as many people went those years.
There's ways to work it around, Benny Bob. Don't worry.
Or HHN just picks.
HHN, I was going to say, they don't have to pick all the top 20 houses people said. They just get people involved. It could be a rigged system, but at least half of it they already have planned, and then the other half they let the audience choose. They
do, yes, also plan the houses a year ahead. Yeah. So it would have to be like they do it in the summer for not the coming up year, but the next year.
Maybe they don't do it by March. Sorry, guys. Maybe instead they decide to do it after HHN this year's done. They do it in November because then they can get remember, these are blueprints that already exist. These are things that's already existed. It's not like they have to completely think to reconstruct something. These are things that have already existed. So if they do this bracket in November or whatever, and it goes all the way into January, even maybe into March, maybe April, right? And, every like 2 weeks or so, that's when your headliner, house versus house goes together. And, HHN, as, the weeks go and then, one winner wins, they make an announcement like, this is the winner. This is what's going to be, I'm going to say Wicked Growth or Slaughter Cinema. Let's say Slaughter Cinema wins, right? So then that's the announcement. It's simple. They already have announcement videos of it before in the past. They already have props and they know how to construct it. It ain't going to take them long. They can start constructing it. And then they could do something like that. I think that would be really neat. That'd get the fans involved. People could see the voting system.
That is true.
And get all in.
People might purposefully pick ones that they weren't able to go to. That is true. I think I would do that. So
HHN would give the event in the hands of their fans.
That'd be cool.
Just something to think of, Also, I did, this did pop up. We got to pull up our man, Jim Daniels. Wonder why the time goes so fast. It's because we're having fun, my man. I think that's why, right?
Maybe because
I talk too much. Maybe I need to stop talking too much.
A little bit of both.
Jim Daniels, by the way, with the 50. As always, truly appreciate it.
Gifted memberships.
And yeah, oh, did we?
Ten. Gifted 10 memberships.
Jim Daniels with the 10 gifted members. Who got in it? That's all you. I can't see.
Cade
go
or
to the top
Katie?
of it. Go up. Keep going. Keep
No,
going.
No.
Keep going. Right? See?
Rachel,
You see it.
and that's it.
Okay, because practically
So everybody
everybody's
else is-
already members in the channel.
Also, I think you have to, if anybody is in here that is not already a member, I think you have to like change your settings to accept a gifted membership, and then you might get one because
Yeah,
it
or you can
looks
like click on it. It'll
yeah.
it'll lead you to it. Yeah. But also, if you guys were a member that was gifted a membership to the Fright Club, just remember, I think your time is up.
Yeah,
something
what does
right
he
there, I
say?
don't know. His time has come.
No, I don't know what he said.
This man has no heart.
There you go.
Anyways,
that one's right.
Yeah, so make sure, if you guys obviously want to stay in the Fright Club and stuff and receive our exclusive, access to certain things and stuff, you got to renew it. So I believe some people might be coming up to that point, but of course you don't have to. You're still creating content. But Jim Daniels, the legend and executive of the channel, as always, wouldn't be a live stream without Jim. So, Slim Jim, we appreciate it, my man. But yeah, so I mean, what do you guys think? Spam in the chat, right? So what we discussed with that kind of idea, spam in the chat, one. Spam in the chat one. If you guys are down for an idea like that for HHN to do, where we have this bracket set up and they basically put it in the hands of the fans, or spam two if you think that sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. So get your spamming on, one or two. I want to hear about it.
That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
Two-Face. Oh, so we got a couple twos, got a couple ones.
Oh, really?
See, I like that we're split. I don't like when everyone's like just like one answer only, because
disaster. But why is that? I wouldn't want to take the creative freedom away from the creative team. What if they could like update them? Maybe it's not exactly the same house,
like
but
remastered.
Yeah, do what they want to do with those houses.
Here's a fun thing too. You got houses, let's say from HHN 10, HHN 7, HHN 13, that they don't have the technology like they do now to pull off some of the stuff they do. Like for instance, for some of you guys that don't know, Wicked Growth.
Nicholas has a good point that fans do ruin all sorts of franchises. That is true.
That is true. Anyways, Legends Collide.
Sorry, sometimes I have to just...
No. Hear me out. Legends Collide and Dead Man's Pier were houses that were constructed like never before, right? They were great, expansive houses, and the reason being is because they were able to do 3D models and render them and be able to actually go through the houses virtually and create it to that scale, which has never been done with houses before at HHN. And you saw the scale we got it. What if they're able to do that with older houses like Gothic, Body Collectors, SS Fritanic, like those type of houses that we hear a lot that people want back at the event, and they're able to elaborate more, enlarge it. They have a bigger budget than before. So it's kind of like a remastered version of those. And I do agree, like, we don't want to take that creativity away from creative, but for the fact that creative can be creative with doing this announcement season in such a way that's never been done before and test it out and see how it goes, that itself is creative in a way. And then to be able to pull off these houses we already have had in the past and add to them and give it a remastered version, that's another way to be creative. Like, hey, I've done this so many times and people want more of it, but what else can I bring that's just, it's still going to surprise these people, where they come to and they're like, dang, that was better than before or something. That brings it to that next level of like, you really have to think outside of the box. So I feel like it makes them have to be a little more creative.
Javier said, I hope they use VR to create a house for this year's event. I'm pretty sure they're going to for more than they did last year, because during the Behind the Screams tour, they were saying that like they did it for 2 houses last year, but they were kind of testing it and it did really well. So they're planning on doing it for more houses moving forward.
Also,
so I definitely think
I also did see Javier say Brian misses Halloween. Steph and I both miss Halloween, which later in the live stream, I want to talk to you guys about an idea. It really shows you how much we miss Halloween. All right. So, and Nicholas Diaz brought up saying, I can agree with Brian on that. That's a good point. And did Nicholas bring up the 2 disaster, right?
Yeah.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I do feel like it's a tightrope they're walking with that, because it could very much be a disaster, obviously, and it could lead to a lot of problems. But from the perspective of the fans, right? And this may sound very shady, but hear me out on this, guys, right? From the perspective of the fans, they think they might have a hand on the event. Really, Horror Nights could possibly say, like, we already know what's going to be there. We're going to deliberately make sure we rig certain things. But the event, like, the fans themselves don't know that. And they think they're getting a part. It becomes fun. It becomes a game. You know, you might be sitting here thinking, like, you know, you got Slaughter Cinema versus Wicked Growth. And let's say, you know, Slaughter Cinema is at, you know, 33% in the fan vote. And everyone's like, no way. Like, everyone's talking about voting for Slaughter Cinema. How could it be? HHN might be pushing it towards Wicked Growth because they have that plan to be at the event, which obviously like sucks, but from a fan perspective, you won't know that. You will think in general population, they're voting for Wicked Growth. Now, it's not like you're having Beetlejuice versus Wicked Growth and Beetlejuice is winning. You're like, there's no way, you know? Yeah. It's 2 popular houses going head to head, and then you got old houses going head to head, where the general public will think, well, maybe that is popular because it was that big at the time. So they could technically rig it in a sense, but they could make the process of it very fun. That's never been done before, that the fans think they really have a touch on the event, and it makes it that much more fun to even get involved, especially leading into the event. So, yeah. Also, Jim Daniels, we do need to talk soon. Let's say I'm available at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. We'll say
I know. Chris was saying like a fan submission contest. So like fans can submit like their idea for a house and have it be like maybe one house for the year rather than the whole event.
No. I love that. I love that idea. Like, you know, fans could, you know, all right, hear me out on this. Remember, Horror Nights Universal, it's a business, right? The way I would do this, it's like for $20. You submit, you pay $20, and that gives you the ability to have this page that you get to submit to the Horror Nights creatives. And they go through all of those and pick out one fan that they love their original concept, and they create that for the next following year. And they will give that fan, obviously, you know, recognition for it, all that stuff. Like, they'll get their name in the house and like Easter eggs, or maybe they're one of the victims that dies, and they're, you know, like they have obviously that recognition to the fan. That's going to be freaking fantastic. But also, how many freaking people are going to spend $20 to have their house featured possibly at the event? You know how much money Horror Nights can make off an idea like that they can say, well, that pays for the house and more, possibly. Yeah. Here's the thing. We have 141 people in the chat right now. First of all, what is up, right? 2 people, Steph and I here. And then you got how many other YouTube creators, how many Reddit discussers and Discord members and TikTokers and Instagram people, Twitter people, and all that stuff, fans of HHN, fans of the theme parks and all that stuff, that are willing to say like $20 for me to potentially have Horror Nights feature a house that I came up with? Sure. If we have 142 people right now, let's just do the math before, you know, just to give you guys a concept, and I'm not mathing it in my head right now, okay? 144 times $20, that's $2,800. That's not big money when it comes to HHN. How many people visit Horror Nights?
They'd have to literally create like
a whole team
yeah.
to go through it. I understand that. But like I said, this sounds shady, but they don't have to go through every single one. They can do a lottery system and pick out 20 of those, and the creative team can sit down there and look at 20 of them. And if they find one that they're like, this is really good, we can work with this, let's get involved in that. That's all it takes. That's really all it takes. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Horror Nights is probably sitting there going, it's a terrible idea.
They did Gary said they did a fan submission thing on Twitter last year.
Asking fans to post what would be their dream house.
Oh.
Yeah, but like,
a lot of those are going to be IPs.
I bet like a lot of that is like IPs in a sense.
Oh yeah, Javier, it wouldn't be any IPs. They'd have to be originals.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can't really have fans be like, I want this IP, and then Universal would have to be like, okay, now we have to go to that studio and see. Like,
it would have to be an original concept. Like, I have an IP, I have an idea for a house that's based off of skeletons, and I want it to be, you know, like the, you know, skeletons come in and invade a house, and it's all corny and whatever, like whatever, right? And it's got to be just an original idea. It's fan made, basically like a fan made film of something. That's what this would be like. So, and Jim said the problem with that not create a bidding war, like, potentially, but that's why it'd be a one-time submission.
Yeah, Kamara said that they could use AI to like weed out, which that's what they do with resumes nowadays. Is like, if there's a word in there that they like don't want included in the resume, they just throw that one out.
Yeah,
like,
anything that includes that, like, they could even say like, you know, oh, we have an idea. We really want to do like a skeleton house, right? Let's put in this, you know, this generator, and let's see if any of these forms that we received talks about skeletons. Out of the, you know, 20,000 that we received, 117 talk about skeletons. All right, let's put this other thing, this generator. You know, we're searching. You know, what about like a cemetery and skeletons, right? 43 of those discussing. All right, let's look into these and see what is, because that's the idea we have. Let's see what the fans are talking about with it.
Yeah.
That fan right there is kind of on board with what we want. We like that. We can make that happen. Let's do it. You know? And then maybe what they do is they reach out to the fans. Congratulations, your house is being featured. We're going to fly you and up to 3 guests out to Halloween Horror Nights for a weekend stay here and all that stuff. And you guys get to go to the event, and not lightsaber just died. But not only that, you get to wear a scare cam, right? Like the little scare cam of you going through your own house, seeing your reaction, getting scared. Now, that's just showing fan service, you know? Like, that's HHN's willing to do that. Spare the expense, whatever it's going to be. Let's do it. I think that'd be fun. So, that's what I think. I don't know. We're just spitballing lots of ideas for you guys to play around with. See what you guys like. By the way, that's to the creative team at Hornets.
Yeah, you guys can.
Yeah, you can have it. That's fine. You can take it.
You can use it if you want.
No problem, because we got these bad boys. We got hardware. This is awesome. This is so legit. That was so cool that you got that. So, yeah. Anyways. Yeah, and like I skip you said right here. Imagine how many screenwriters would hop onto this contest. Like true, like. And here's the thing, too. Let me put this out there, right? There are an unlimited source of true raw talent out there, especially screenwriters. This could be an open door for somebody to potentially get their foot in the creative business. You know, where these creatives might come across somebody, you know, that wrote something. They're like, this is freaking genius. You know, let's get talk with this person. You know, let's bring them in. You know, like show them their house, bring them in, whatever in that sense. You know, during the event, they get to meet the creatives. And the creatives can talk to them, have a one-on-one moment, walk through the house with them, and all that stuff. That could really inspire people to continue to push forward. And it shows you that, you know, sometimes random things like that will happen, and it could change your life. You never know, right? So that's another thing to put out there.
Kind of in that same vein, Philip asked, would HHM ever do a become a scare actor experience? And so, we've had so many people ask us that, and it would be way too hard.
Yeah. I
know that they've done it, like they've done that, basically that exact thing with Tim for one of his videos, but I don't think that they could do it with like regular guests.
There's too much liability and legal stuff that happens with that.
Yeah.
Like, if you touch somebody, technically you're legally liable for anything that can happen to that person.
And there's a lot of just like rules. Like there are a lot of rules that go into being a scare actor. Like we did go to like a full like 4-hour long orientation that is like telling you like you can do this, you can't do that.
If this happens, this is what you need to do.
You have to have this types of shoes, and you have to have like, you know, X, Y, and Z, and basically like there's just a lot that goes into it that I think for guests to be able to do that, it would just be
it's a little too much. And really, like, I think the furthest thing they'll go with something like that is maybe, an escape room type of situation if they do that. But what I can actually see them doing is basically what SeaWorld has done. Their Hollow Scream event, they have a bar where you can pay to press a button and it activates a trigger in one of the houses to scare somebody. And you can see the video footage of the people walking through. You hit the button, it scares them. That is basically as far as it'll go, where you have the ability to activate a trigger in one of the houses that does lighting, strobes, a loud sound, and maybe a gust of air. But nothing to really have them face to face with other guests. I don't think they want that.
It also would be really difficult to plan that out with multiple people doing it, and I feel like so many people would pay to do that they would have a full cast of people every night that are just guests that they have to take through basically orientation every single night for it and get them makeup and everything. I think it would just be way too much. Yeah. Unless it was literally the experience was $1,000.
Yeah. Also, hold up. I'm gonna check to make sure this link is all good. I know somebody mentioned the link. Yeah, if you guys are trying to get the link, I'm gonna go ahead and get the new one up there for our Discord. I'm gonna be pasting it in there.
Sammy.
All right. So that second link that I just posted in there, that's the new link for the Discord. So click on that one. That should get you in if you guys are trying to get into it. Okay. Good.
We will maybe
Joey, by the way,
go to SeaWorld, but we probably won't do a video if we do. It'll just be something that we kind of
just go to enjoy.
Go for fun.
Yeah. We talked about going last year. We ended up not going. We just didn't have the time. But
yeah. We probably won't have the time this year, honestly, because we have our vacation and
we'll see. That right now we've discussed it before, but we haven't committed yet to it. So also Joey, by the way, with the $4.99. Also, thank you, my man, for becoming a member. Shout out to Jim for gifting it. What's the chance of seeing a Five Nights at Freddy's house or Stranger Things? High. It's a good possibility. Like I said, 50-50. Stranger Things, I think, has more as a possibility than Five Nights at Freddy's. But it does not... That won't... There's a possibility to see both. But to what extent is the real question, if we do get that. That's what I would say. But Joey, hey, $4.99. Thank you, my man, for, first of all, the donation and for being here in the live stream and also joining the Fright Club, by the way. So yeah, so as we're already at 1 hour and 15 minutes, we'll keep this going. We still got a lot of discussions with you guys. If you have anything you want to talk about, drop it down and we'll keep it going. I do want to bring this up. We will be having some kind of branding change here in our studio and our channel overall. We kind of have an idea and a route that we want to go with. The design and the layout of our channel and stuff. And we'll be talking with our members about it. I kind of mentioned in a community poll for our Fright Club members only, whether you guys like the artwork, the OG artwork, you want new artwork. And majority of you guys voted the OG artwork, which is nice because we don't have to do much work. But I do want to show you guys some new artwork that we're deciding to possibly go with and give this whole channel a branding to it, a good feeling. Obviously, the music kind of goes with it. And you guys will see with our thumbnails, our channel artwork, our Discord, and everything that we do. And our Fright Club members and stuff, we have something that we're trying special that really showcases the Fright Club, and we're working on it. And it's going to take a while. I don't even know if I'll be able to have it ready by this year because I'm not a graphic designer or what is it called, like a 3D model creator online and stuff. If any of you guys are, by the way, if you guys can actually create 3D models and, animation renderings and things like that, please hit me up because I would love to get in contact with you and work on this. We're trying to get a team going and all that stuff. So if you have those skills, hit me up on Instagram, Brian from Orlando, or even join the Discord and message me privately. I'm going to drop that link one more time. But we have a couple of big ideas that we're doing. We're obviously waiting for the house to get completed. We're going to set up the studio. We have some shows we have in mind. We have a couple of special guests that we have on a list that we will be reaching out to soon to schedule some stuff. So there's a lot of fun things going on that we have with the branding of the channel that I think you guys are going to enjoy. Excited for this year, but I think next year it's going to be 100% proof everything's in the line because our house closing date has been pushed back and it keeps getting pushed back. So it's changed a lot of that for us. Mm-hmm. So until the house gets complete, we can start work on it.
Haley asked when you're going to speak about the things you said you wanted to.
Never. Knowing me, Haley, like I'll say something and it never happens. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it now. I want to bring this up to you guys. So we were discussing this in our Discord with our Fright Club members in the general chat. When it comes to the closing of Horror Nights, do you guys prefer the closing night to be on Halloween or to be a little bit later than Halloween? And this year is a really good example of it because Halloween is on a Tuesday, and that is currently the last night of HHN. But if that was the case, would you rather that closing night be extended to the Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, the weekend after Halloween, if it means we get into that weekend? Now, if Halloween obviously is like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and even Monday last year, that is fine to end on those days. But I think Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even Thursday, they need to extend it into that weekend. What do you guys think? What is your take on that? One, if you think closing on a Halloween night, no matter what the night is the way to go, or you think that if it's during the midweek, we should have the next weekend, like November 2nd, get involved as well?
I don't know. I feel like I always feel like it should be like that Sunday. Should be like the last day.
Sunday?
Yeah, whether that's
close up the weekend.
Like if Halloween falls on a Sunday.
What if it falls on a Monday? That's why I feel like Monday's okay. Like last year, it's like Monday's fine or whatever. But when we're Tuesday, Wednesday, I feel like we need that next weekend.
I still feel like Monday's kind of weird because it's like, I don't know, it's Monday.
Monday. I like it. So like I personally like it closing on Halloween night. I feel like that's a good closing and stuff. And there's two reasons that I'm about to mention where it's like, I would like it, especially like on a year where it's supposed to, like this year, it's supposed to end on Tuesday. I would like it to end on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, because we go to the closing night of Halloween Horror Nights every year. We have to. I mean, it's a crime if we don't, right? But when it's on Halloween night, that's in the middle of the week in a sense. Like, one thing that I'm looking forward to when we get our house, I want to decorate it, obviously, and then have candy for the trick-or-treaters when the kids come around and stuff. I want to be there at home.
Trick-or-treat anymore, I feel like, is not... Sometimes it's not even on Halloween. Like, sometimes they do trick-or-treat on, like...
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes they do trick-or-treat, like, a few days before because it's, like, a school night or something.
This society has failed us. We're gonna bring back the traditional way. Like, kids are gonna come out, everybody's gonna go trick-or-treating on Halloween night and stuff, and we're gonna decorate our house. And I want to be out there and all.
I'm pretty sure that's.
I mean, you're never wrong.
I mean, it depends on the community, the county or whatever. Whoever decides that.
Technically, but I feel like Halloween should be that holiday that the kids the next day they get off of school or whatever. But I want to be there on Halloween night to give kids that come out trick-or-treating and stuff. I want to be able to enhance their experience of that holiday, giving candy, have Hondo there dressed up and stuff. I think people would love that. So like if Horror Nights, ends on Halloween, I'm fine with that. I love that. But if it's on a weekend, if it's on a weekday like Tuesday or Wednesday, I want Horror Nights to end on that next weekend so I can go and obviously pay my respects to the event. But for Halloween night, I kind of want to, I want to do that. We talked about that today.
Yeah.
So. But
well, and it's funny because Halloween used to, in past years, Halloween Day used to be like one of the slower days at the event because people would want to go to their like Halloween parties and do their trick-or-treating and wear their costume because you can't wear a costume at HHN.
But somehow I still see people doing that, which
that's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
The line has gotten very blurry with that.
Yeah. But
I feel like the last few years that has not been the case. It's still been like just as busy, if not busier, on Halloween.
Well, because that's the last night of Horror Nights. So I feel like people are like, we have to go. It's the last night,
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason for that. Also, Jim Daniels again with another 50. This man's a legend, guys. Wondering if HHN needs the money. Don't they have sponsors? It's interesting. I truly don't know. Do they, Jim? I'm looking at Jim.
I don't know.
I just...
I don't think they really need sponsors. They make the majority of their... Universal makes the majority of their money from the park through HHN. Through alcohol sales at HHN. That might have changed in the last few years because they've gotten
lowered it a bit, but
stringy on their alcohol.
the prices have been going up though.
But
So I mean,
that's true.
you know, that's the thing.
That is true.
Yeah. But Jim, my man, with another 50 done for the night. We do need to talk though, so we'll schedule something for sure. But as always, it's always great having you here in the live streams though. As always. Also, my computer just froze.
People are trick-or-treating less overall compared to 10 years ago.
Oh, Jim
That
said
makes
they
sense.
do.
Oh, okay. It does make sense. People are trick-or-treating less in general.
Yeah, so that's an interesting, topic to bring up when it comes to closing night. I think it's just a preference. Like, obviously, if you're a local, it's easier to go the closing night.
You good?
Yeah. I'm tripping. I don't know. I saw that ring light literally just kind of wobble. Like, there was nothing over there.
All right, Brian.
All right. Anyways, and the other topic that I wanted to bring up too was when it comes to the opening night of Horror Nights, how far in the calendar should Horror Nights extend? And I think truly this is, and I will fight and die on this hill, Horror Nights should not go into August. I think September the 1st is the first day they should ever go into. I don't think they should go into August. And I know some people say, like, oh, we want in August. And I get that. And I know, like, Disney, like, Mickey's Not So Scary does it. But, like, that is so early. Now, I'm not against Halloween being year-round. We are for Halloween year-round. And I'm going to explain to you how much we are in a few minutes and stuff. But Horror Nights is different than Halloween, right? I look at Horror Nights, it's the event. Obviously, we can't have Halloween without Horror Nights, But I don't think it should go into August. I like August being this build-up to the event where you see props come out and everything is getting set. And then September 1st, if it falls on a correct day for Horror Nights to have the event, or in September is when you have September, October, that is Horror Nights. I don't think we should start playing this, we bump up into August, because when you do that, now they start questioning, well, how far ahead in August can we go? Because Mickey's Not So Scary starts like early August now. To me, that is just, it's a little too early. It's 153 degrees here. It's the bottom of Satan here.
I think the earlier they do it, the worse the weather is. But also the earlier that they do it, the more days they have, unless they're going to do a different structure as far as scheduling goes for the scare actors, the harder it's going to make it to fill the houses.
Cast.
Because they were having a hard time last year with that. And you have people, you have scare actors that work the event that, I mean, it's a seasonal event, but you're working 40 hours. So it's like...
Well, Southbridge says that, they disagree with us. They think it should be year-round.
Year-round. But...
Year-round.
I mean, I guess if it was year-round, that would take care of that. But you have people that work this event that have, that are, accountants. Or,
They have...
they have,
outside of it,
they have day jobs. They have normal, they have other jobs that they have to basically get approved to... from those jobs to get to leave early for those 2 months on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah. And
the more days that you add to it, the earlier that you do it, the more those types of people are going to be my job's just not going to let me swing that.
Also, Diana Mickelson made a good point. She's then it would turn into Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras at Universal it's too long.
Too much.
It's all of February, all of March, and majority of May. It's it's a little too much, the event's kind of all right. We get to a point where we're tired of hearing the Mardi Gras music. We want the original music.
I don't know that we ever get tired of
HHN. We'll never get tired of HHN, but let me put this in perspective, right? One reason, a small reason, but one reason that people love HHN is because it's a limited event. If HHN was a lot longer, let's just put in perspective, if you celebrate HHN year-round, there are points where sometimes you get tired of it, right? You want a little bit of a change or something, or the way it used to be or whatever. So it might also wear off the magic that HHN has, where it's that limited event that it's a hard ticket item that you have to go and you get in the months of September, October. And even Javier and Jim were talking about it, where it's like instead of adding more days, just focus on making the event better. 43 nights, right? This year, I think we have 43 nights for this year's event. That's perfect. Like, cool, whatever. September 1st to October 31st, the first day of September and the last day of October being Halloween. That's what the event's going to run through. And they don't necessarily need to keep adding more nights. Just make it better. Maybe add a house 2 years from now. Now you have 11 houses, or add a scare zone and have 6 scare zones. Find ways to enhance it like that versus adding more nights, because we want the quality versus the quantity. I'd rather have quality and all. Like that's the way I roll with it. So
would you rather it start earlier or go every night?
Neither. I honestly do not want it to be every night. I don't know why. That might be honestly like the unpopular vote, but I like I said, it's that limited factor that HHN has, where it's like, Wednesday through Sunday, and I know on a Monday or Tuesday, like obviously there's no HHN. Now if it was every night, it's like, we could just like, oh, we don't have to feel like we have to go tonight because we can go tomorrow, whatever. Yeah. But with it being that Wednesday through Sunday and it's a Monday night, I'm like, sometimes like, okay, thankfully we don't have HHN tonight because I feel bad if we don't go, but I miss it. It's like, I want it to be HHN
I
again.
do think that having it every night would actually make it easier for casting, as long as they could get enough people. But I think it would make it easier for casting because the way that they do it for like Mardi Gras is you have like cast A and cast B, where like cast A works Monday through Thursday, and then cast B is like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And
it's kind of how like Mardi Gras.
And they can play around like, well, yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
that's what they do for Mardi Gras. And they could even play around with that, with like, some people can say like, well, I can only work Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And they can make that work with like somebody who can only work, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday. And that actually would make it easier for casting because people can have a little bit more flexibility with their availability. But
I don't like that.
Brian wants to make it hard on everybody.
No. I mean, here we are. But let me bring this to your perspective, right? Like, let's say we're collabing on this.
And it does make like, it might spread the crowds out a little bit more. But I do agree, like, we might feel like, oh my God, we have to go every night. And then we would be like completely burnt out on HHN.
Shout out to Ronnie, by the way, calling me the HHN master. That's truly an honor. Thank you, Ronnie. I won't get credited with that name, but thank you. But here, let me turn the tables on to you, right? Okay, so you want to go ahead and you want to do every single night, and you want to have 2 casts, which means you have to double your cast, right? So for a specific character that you have to have the face for, instead of having 2 where they tag out, now you have to have 4. You have to make sure that these 4 can fit in the same costume, in the same wigs that is made for these people. So you have to double your costumes now. So there's double in the production, double in the masking, because not everybody wears the same mask. You get your mask, that's your mask. If you have 2 tag outs and now you want 2 casts, that's an additional 2. You have to make 4 of those masks now. So you double the cost in the production as well. So it might be one of those where it's costing them more to even do every single night and have those 2 casts. I kind of think they're in a sweet spot right now because, you have it where like you run those nights and it is exhausting, but it's rewarding at the end of it, even throughout the event. That's where I look at it. That's why I like that limited factor where 2 people can hone in on a character and they focus on it, make it come to life, versus 4 people. The more you have, the more jumbled up it gets. Even think of like, for instance, like, you have the Pumpkin Lord, right? With last year, obviously, you had 2 people basically, maybe even more, I'm not sure, but let's say 2 people playing the Pumpkin Lord. If you have it where now you have to have multiple casts for different days and stuff like that, now you have this different Pumpkin Lord version 4, 5, 6, who knows how many times and stuff, where people go, you get this different pumpkin. Of course, the locals, it could be cool, but you really want a character to stay in that character consistently. And that's what you and your tag out partner at HHN, you really work hard to make sure that you guys are giving the same energy and the same performance every single time, so that no matter who goes through, they get that same experience all the time. And so the more people you have, the harder it is to coordinate that and make sure that you're giving the same experience for that character. That's... Thank you.
always has to have the last word.
No, you can say something. Go ahead. That's just what I would counteract with that. Love you.
Okay.
All right. So, anyways, hour and 32 minutes. We really somehow got this live stream pushed far. I do want to bring up one more thing.
It's gonna be 2 hours.
No, it'd be short. It'd be short. I promise. It'd be short. How do I? That's not what I want. That's not what I want. That's what I want. I don't know if I want to show it. Maybe I won't show it because it'll show too much. But I was talking to Steph. I was like, there's a place close by to us that has some land. And I told Steph, I just want to bring it up. It's just a chat. I just want to see if people...
Why are you bringing this?
I want to see if people think this is a good idea or not. I just want to see. All right. There's a place not too far from us that has some land, right? And I told Steph, if we get lucky and hit the lottery one day, I want to buy this specific area of land. And what I would love to do with this specific area of land, whether it's 5 acres, 10 acres, 2 acres, whatever, right? I want to build a cobblestone road that leads up to our house, which is obviously it looks like a house that would be in a Halloween movie, right? It has that vibe. You have the trees, the fall-like trees that go down the path and around the house. And it's if you look from Google Maps, it looks like this location in the middle of sunny green Florida is stuck in the Northeast Halloween era kind of vibe. It's always fall in this area. And we have this cast iron gates there that are open, and we have intricate detail with HHN our initials and stuff like that. And every year I would love, obviously for it to be a tourist destination for people to visit. Kids can do trick-or-treating and things like that. We decorate around, and it's Halloween year-round for everybody to come and experience. Even open it up for an Airbnb possibly or whatever. People can come and have the Halloween tree. I don't know. If people want to experience Halloween, we would I want to create that. So I have a piece of land that I was looking at. I don't know. Spam in the chat. 1, if you guys think that's a great idea, or 2, if you think it's a disaster. I'm gonna type 1.
Brad, I have tried that before, and he definitely notices. Because he'll start talking and then he'll be like, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that?"
Where are you going?
Oh yeah. No, he just follows me. That's what it is. I will start walking away, and then he just gets up and follows me like a dog.
Like Hondo?
I go to the bathroom, and he follows me into the bathroom.
You're talking about Hondo here, not me. But yeah, so it'd be Halloween year round, which is the vibe of the house. But then when it comes to October, we could put a small little haunted house for people to walk through. And now it's nothing crazy. It's just a small little put together thing for people just to come by and enjoy it, and all that stuff. And we put music, outside the house, and people can get that atmosphere. Maybe we'll do a little picnic, or a little pumpkin patch and stuff like that. I don't know. Look, you get one life to live. Why not just go all out with the things you love? That's the way I'm doing it.
What are our Hogwarts houses? What is yours? You a Hufflepuff?
I am a Hufflepuff, actually.
I'm a Slytherin.
Yeah. Hufflepuff and Slytherin. What would Hondo be?
It's literally like Black Cat and Golden Retriever.
Yeah, probably. See, look here. Hold up. That thing right here, me and my daughter would totally rent it out.
Okay.
See? We would host for you guys. And hear me out. Stephanie's not so much for this, and I know this is a little weird, but I'm
not for
Well,
it.
no, you're not for what I'm about to say. I have never told you this. I just thought of this idea. I love putting on the show, and I want people to have a great time, right? That's all I care about, is for people to enjoy themselves. I would even dress up like Dracula and welcome you into the house and put on this host show, and maybe even do maybe the Fright Club. We invite the Fright Club over, and we have this whole party at the house and stuff like that.
Chris said you won't even commit to a fan meetup.
This is the start of it, all right? And we do a mystery murder game in the house, but it's all traditional Halloween vibe and spookiness and stuff. It'd be the spooky house.
There's been a murder. from The Office.
Oh, how do you do that again? That was a little too good. Say it.
This been a martyr.
One more time.
No,
that was perfect.
No.
Come on, that was good. But see, like, yeah, I don't know. That's what I'd say. 6,666 per night for a shared room. No. It'd have to be at least 12,000 to be honest, a night per child.
Yeah, Caleb Crawdad.
Caleb Crawdad. So, but yeah. Anyways, so that's just some thoughts and stuff. I see Jim Daniels completely smashed too.
Does the house need a pumpkin man? Is Curvis just gonna live there?
Actually, see, that's the thing. We could have our one and only Curvis show up, and on Halloween night, we do a little Halloween thing with Curvis. You know, tells stories to the kids. I don't know, maybe murders them too. I guess like that one take where how many people lost their lives.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But yeah, like we can do stuff like that. I think it'd be fun. Back a Brinks truck up to their door. See? I don't know. Why not?
I told him we'll take that little idea, we'll fold it up, and we'll put it in our back pocket. Save it for later.
Anyways. So it's almost 10:10 p.m. Eastern time here. We've gone almost an hour and 40 minutes in the live stream, and I thought this was just going to be a little short and simple one. But we've managed to extend it, which is nice.
there really 80 nights to HHN? Is that real?
I don't think so. I think it's 94 nights.
I was gonna say, I feel like I just posted about 100 nights like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I think there's 94 nights.
Okay.
Now.
HHN board game would be cool.
Oh yeah. Also, Brian, I think they are doing Jack the Clown so much they need to do other stars or showing. What's your thoughts? I think Jack the Clown still will be at the event. I think he needs to be with certain certain story lore and all. But I do think that what they're going to do is they're going to bring him back for a little bit to start putting the story and the lore of HHN down a different direction. I think that is coming up soon. I think we're going to start seeing that chapter unfold. Yeah, 94 nights. Yeah, we're close. We're getting there.
Yeah, no problem. I just, that caught me off guard because I thought I just like somehow blinked and 20 days were gone. And I was like, was I really that hungry?
It's only 80 nights. Yeah, right? Well, by the way, we ate a lot after Steph's comp.
It was not fun.
And yeah, Steph kind of hit her pretty hard.
My tummy hurt.
Her tum hurt. So she's excited. We actually got another show coming up in about 3 weeks. So we're hitting the ground running again, folks. Going for number 1 again. So, but yeah. All right. Well, that's interesting. I hope, Jim, you're paying attention with what Chris said. By the way, how much for a Brian from Orlando private RIP tour?
Also,
we'll leave that on.
Also, Nick asked how the post comp meal was, and it was good. We went to Cowfish, and the only thing that was bad was the service.
Sucked.
It's really bad.
I honestly don't care to go to Cowfish again because that's how.
And as somebody who was like waiting for food like for so long, like it was bad. But
we waited 40 minutes just for them to take our order down.
To actually order, yeah. But I got the crab rangoon dip, amazing. The calamari, which was okay, and then
a whole bunch of sushi and a burger.
The BLT burger.
The CBCLT burger.
Which was really good.
It was good.
But the French fries sucked. Which was,
French fries
I was
sucked.
very disappointed.
They were frozen. I don't know why. And then the sushi was good. Like, we went to town on sushi.
Yeah.
But to be honest, wasn't my favorite experience of Cowfish.
No.
I was kind of bummed out about it. I think there was better.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we did that. And then the next day we went to Wilderness Lodge for breakfast and had Whispering Canyon Cafe. That was great.
I literally had like 2 Mickey waffles and was too full. And I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah. Steph was already feeling it by then.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were supposed to go to Oga's that night, but then Steph was just like, No. We were done. But
yeah, the crab dip was so good. So good. And then we, of course, got Voodoo Donuts.
Oh, yeah, and we got Voodoo Donuts.
Which, if you were ever going to
guys.
Voodoo Donuts and you don't know, like, what to get whatever donut sounds good within the raised yeast section. Because that is the best, like, donut base that they have. Mm-hmm. So, like, the dirt one.
Baby. Dirt is the way to go.
ODB. And then I think they have a plain raised yeast one. Those are so good.
Also, I do want to jump in here and say, we still have 112 people watching us right now. Shout out to all of you guys. If you're just joining us, welcome to the late moments of the live stream. Rewind it and watch it from the beginning because we did talk about a lot. Also, we have 94 likes. So if there's 6 people in the chat right now who has not given a like, please do so we can reach 100 likes on the live stream. Supposedly, YouTube and all the algorithm people, they say, like, giving it likes helps the channel grow. I don't know if that's really true or not, but let's just say it does. Let's reach 100 likes. All we need is 6 more. I lied. All we need is 4 more. I'm also real quick. I'm gonna drop the Discord. What is it called?
Yeah, we also yesterday we were able to go through the Jurassic Park tribute store for the first time, and still not the biggest fan of the location, but it was better than the Mardi Gras one. They did good with the space that they had, and the merch is amazing. Like, probably the best tribute store merch that we've seen, don't you think? For Jurassic
merch?
Park, yeah, the best selection of merch that they've had in a tribute store. It's not like the same few t-shirts every room.
It was like, really good.
There's a lot.
I'll be honest, they had a lot of variety and it was good. Still not crazy about that location still, but I will say though, like, the Mardi Gras store sucked. I'm sorry. That one really bumped me out and it made me worried about the location of the tribute store. This Jurassic Park tribute store gave me hope for this area. I think they really put some time into it because it was fantastic. It was great. I loved all the throwback memorabilia that they had in the rooms. And there was also some HHN stuff in there. If you guys follow us on Instagram, we posted an Instagram story about it. There's a little something, nothing crazy.
Yeah,
but just know they're talking about it.
But it was pretty good. It gives us hope for the HHN tribute store. I still think that it's too small of a space for the HHN tribute store, just because that tribute store gets so packed.
Yeah,
I think it's too small.
We're gonna see how that turns out, to be honest. So, but anyways, an hour and 45 minutes into the chat. We're 2 more likes away, guys. Just 2 more. If you haven't given it a like, give it a like. All you gotta do is go down there and click the button that does that.
Yeah, the photo op areas do back things up.
Yeah, they do.
Sucks.
They do.
Even though, actually, for our members, maybe we'll post
Fright Club.
Yeah, for the Fright Club, maybe in the Discord we'll post some of the pictures that I got of Brian in the little photo op areas. Because we were messing around with that. I was
supposed to send that to my mom, and I never did. Also, we lost a like.
What?
Who took the like away?
They don't want us to end it.
Is that what it is?
Maybe.
Then the likes are just going to keep going down.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. We're going to end it regardless, so. But anyways, just want to say shout out to all of you guys for joining us here for this Tuesday evening live stream. Really hoping that we get an announcement soon so we can, 1, make some content for you guys, but 2, so we can know what's going on with the event even further. So hopefully, do you want to start this again? Hopefully this week, right? Spam in the chat. 1, we getting it this week. 2, not this week. Or 3, no announcements ever again. What do we think? And I have a feeling a lot of people are going to say 3 in this one.
Yeah.
So.
Also, yes, we will be doing opening day.
Yeah, it'll be their opening night.
We actually have a resort stay for opening weekend. So.
Oh my God, I forgot.
You forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
We're staying at Sapphire Falls for opening weekend.
It's gonna be room 2417 if you want to come visit us.
You just made that up.
Yeah, I don't know where it's.
But
it will be at Sapphire Falls. So if you guys are gonna be at Sapphire Falls opening weekend time.
Yeah, so we'll be there for opening night. We will definitely be doing Stay and Scream all of the time.
Right.
Whenever we go.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, Chris, the tribute store will not overlap. The Jurassic Park one will not overlap with HHN's unless they want to put the HHN tribute store back in New York and leave the Jurassic Park one open in Hollywood. I don't think that's going to happen, though. So they will probably take down the Jurassic Park one at least a month before the HHN one opens.
Yeah, it'll close up in July. So, but anyways, I want to thank all you guys for joining us in this Tuesday evening live stream, and thank you for giving us the little weekend vacation to support Stephanie in her competition, and she freaking rocked it. By the way, it was awesome to be able to see you compete up there. I loved it. Yeah. So thank you for giving us that weekend off and stuff, from posting any content. But tonight marks the night that we're back and getting some more content, of course, until that next competition, 3 weeks.
And speaking of that, along with Katie, I hope I'm saying that right. Katie's question about what time the HHN season is normally not as packed. We actually will be doing a video on that soon-ish, maybe.
We've been talking about that one.
We'll be doing a video on like the best times to go. We did this video a few years ago, but
HHN 30,
but we want to update it because things have kind of changed. So
we have a beginners series that we're going to be doing for HHN. That we're going to go ahead and we want to create the style for it. So we have an HHN beginners series that we're going to be working on. That you guys obviously anybody can check out, but that's where we hope to get the people who have questions of, when is it the best? Well, I'm not going to try to say all the ideas, but we'll have some of that.
And answering Dylan's question about is RAP tour worth it? Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that too. Beginner.
Yeah, all these questions. The best thing I can say is like it all depends, truly, and we'll break into that more in those videos.
More, yeah.
So, anyways, Jim Daniels right now closing it out here with another 10 gifted members.
Come on, man. Discord.
You guys are Jim is just awesome, dude. 10 gifted members, too kind. Anybody who's able to join in, like, we appreciate it, but I honestly don't think we have enough people watching.
No, I think everybody's a member.
I don't think, look, everybody I'm looking at, I don't think there is anybody else who is not a member, really. Literally.
Yeah, so Mr. Funny. Disney King said, like, body snatchers. Soon there'll be no one like you left.
That's kind of where we're headed right now. But anyways, we're going to be wrapping it up here. I realize we're at an hour and 50 minutes, just like that, almost 2 hours in this live stream. This was supposed to be a chill live stream. That's always good. Chat with you guys and stuff. We're going to have more content coming your way. We're going to be dropping a trailer video for our Instagram series sometime soon. We have filming coming up this week. We'll be dropping that soon if we can get into it. We might even possibly have a video for YouTube for you guys to check out pretty soon. Hopefully we get an announcement this week. If so, of course, we're going to be covering that for you guys. And we'll be one of the last people to post. We're not the fastest when it comes to that stuff, but hopefully we'll get that up for you guys as well. And then if all that happens, we'll have some interesting conversations for next Tuesday's live stream, which we currently do have planned to do a live stream next Tuesday. And we'll discuss a couple other things like that, and hopefully we do get an announcement so we can have that as the main headliner for next week, Tuesday. But anyways, I just want to say a huge thank you, of course, to all of you guys for being here and watching our live stream and even supporting the channel. A huge shout out to everybody who's even donated, and Jim, of course, with the gifted members, and for you guys that are part of the Fright Club, anybody who's in the Discord and who's constantly just being a part of the community and stuff. It means a lot, because nothing brings a smile to my face more than looking at my phone or getting a notification and just seeing you guys chat about just anything. It really does make us happy that we're even doing this. It makes this worth it, to be honest. Yeah. So we have a lot of things ahead. Like I said, we have big plans coming up, big theming, branding, and all kinds of stuff we're trying to work on. And like I said, if anybody is big into like, I don't know if it's called graphic design or like 3D model, like rendering or something like that. Like, reach out to me, please, because I need help, because I can't do this. It would take me a long time to learn it, and I just don't have the time right now. So try to put together a little bit of a team.
Like Blender.
Yeah, like Blender. So I'm trying to put together a little bit of a team, and if we can get a team going, we'll have the Fright Club team rocking and rolling. So thank you everybody for joining us. I think everybody's a member at this point.
Yes.
It's gonna become just member only live streams.
Yeah, right.
But thank you. Like I can't keep saying thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So till then, we're gonna go. We gotta let Hondo out. It's that
Yes.
time. But we'll keep in touch with you guys with some things coming up, and hopefully next live stream will be on Tuesday. So until the next video, guys, you guys are the freaking best. We love y'all. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for y'all. But that's gonna do it for us in tonight's live stream. Like always, see you guys in the next video, and we'll catch you guys in the fog. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.